Well, US President Donald Trump has announced a historic agreement for the complete disarmament of Hamas, calling it a critical step toward establishing a new governing authority in Gaza. Hamas and the Board of Peace later confirmed his announcement. Reports indicate that mediators and Hamas leaders have reached a proposed framework in Cairo. According to sources close to the talks, the proposal outlines provisions for dismantling the group's weapons and a gradual withdrawal of Israeli forces from Gaza. But Israeli media reports, they say that Israel is not fully on board yet, insisting that there will be no Israeli withdrawal from the yellow line before Gaza Strip is fully demilitarized. Diplomatic sources had earlier indicated that while significant progress was made during the talks in Cairo, it remains uncertain whether the agreement will hold, as Israeli officials have expressed strong dissatisfaction with several key terms. Ghazi Hamad, a senior member of the Hamas negotiating team, stated that the group expects international mediators and the Board of Peace to guarantee Israel's full compliance with the proposed terms. Under this framework, the Palestinian Technocratic Committee, established by the Board of Peace to govern Gaza, would oversee the storage and decommissioning of Hamas's weapons. Announcing the development on Truth Social, President Trump stated that disarmament would take place across carefully structured phases. He added that following the disarmament process, Israeli forces would withdraw, clearing the way for an international stabilization force to work alongside a new Palestinian police force to ensure Gaza's security. He also thanked mediators from Egypt, Qatar and Turkey. The issue of Hamas's disarmament has remained the primary sticking point in advancing the broader ceasefire deal that has been in place between Israel and Hamas in Gaza since October. Despite that ceasefire, violence continues to flare in the enclave, with recent Israeli strikes killing at least 6 people, including 2 children, on Thursday. We were earlier joined by Peter Kuznick from Washington, D.C. He is professor of history and director of the Nuclear Studies Institute at American University. Here's what he said.
The biggest challenge, there are going to be 2 big challenges. One, Israel does not want to withdraw. And 2, Hamas doesn't want to disarm. And it doesn't take an entire side in this to sabotage it. We know there are elements within Hamas that don't like this agreement and would refuse to disarm. They could easily blow it up. And we've seen the Israelis blow up agreements repeatedly, including the agreement with Hezbollah. So the chances of this working are slim. However, Trump desperately needed a distraction from the war in Iran. He hasn't had any positive news out of Iran, and he seems to be cornered and desperate there. And so he's making an announcement here that will get a lot of headlines, distract from Iran temporarily until this falls apart. Now, possibly that's wrong. Possibly both sides are so tired of this terrible situation there that they will be willing to make concessions. But we've not seen, there's no trust between Hamas and the Israelis. The people of Gaza are very bitter toward the Israelis for what looks like a genocide to the world. 70,000, maybe hundreds of thousands of Gazans have been killed. There's still 2 million living under these horrible circumstances. So, yes, everybody wants to see reconstruction. Everybody wants to see peace. People would like to see Hamas disarmed. They'd like to see Israel withdraw. But wanting that to happen and actually making it happen are 2 very, very different things.